As Mr. Logan walked to his car, he and Tracie heard something huge flying over their heads. Tracie ducked, and Mr. Logan stood there and looked up.
StoryTime Flix, created by Stanley.
Meanwhile, on the Gray District Agency, a monster was seen at an old abandoned mansion. A 43-year-old man named Jeffrey Logan said that he had just finished tending to his cows on his farm at 1:30 a.m. He was heading back to the barn when he heard his cows making a distress sound. He quickly turned around and pulled out his gun. As he was running over there, his cows ran past him, heading in the opposite direction, towards the barn. When he reached the area where the distress sound came from, he saw blood, guts, and cow fur on the ground. It was in between the abandoned mansion and his farm. He said he couldn't believe something had eaten one of his cows so fast. Mr. Logan said he looked towards the neighbor's yard and saw something that looked creepy standing underneath a tree. It has wings and stands about 8 feet tall with horns on its head. He said his shadowy shaped body looks very muscular. We arrived at the farm and went over to see where the attack occurred. It's gross seeing blood, guts, and cow fur on the ground. I said, let's look around for footprints or something. I'm heading over to the abandoned mansion to see the tree that Mr. Logan said he had noticed something standing underneath. When I made it over by the tree, I saw deep scratch marks on the tree, and I noticed that there were footprints near the tree, and they were enormous footprints. Both of my feet can fit inside one, and I wear a size 12. The footprints made a deep impression in the ground. It can easily weigh 500 pounds. Mr. Logan arrived over at the farm. He walked over to Tracie, and Tracie told Mr. Logan, "It's not safe for you to be here." He said, "I know. I forgot to tell you about the strange footprints by the barn." Tracie said, "Okay, but you should leave now." As Mr. Logan walked to his car, he and Tracie heard something huge flying over their heads. Tracie ducked, and Mr. Logan stood there and looked up. The man screamed as the beast grabbed him. Chris came running to try and grab Mr. Logan's feet before it flew away with him. However, he was too late. It flew away with Mr. Logan towards the mansion. I quickly ran over to see what all the commotion was about. Chris told me what had happened, and Tracie said she got a good look at it and said it was a gargoyle. Then Tracie said gargoyles are meat eaters. They hate bright lights, and they are known to protect the area where they live from meat-eating predators. They are nocturnal, and they turn into stone statues during the day. They absorb the sun's ultraviolet rays. The ultraviolet rays give them extraordinary strength, making them strong enough to lift a city bus filled with passengers. We went over to the abandoned mansion to look around. As we walked over, we noticed 2 gargoyle statues on the roof. Chris went to the opposite side of the property, and Tracie went to the backyard. I went over to the front door to see if I could get inside the mansion. The door wasn't locked. I went inside. Woo! There's a horrible smell. There's trash everywhere, and the stairs are in the center of the room, leading up to the second floor. Tracie and Chris scared me. They stood quietly where I couldn't see them. Chris said, "Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean to frighten you." I asked them whether they found anything. Tracie said no. I didn't find anything. And Chris said he went up on the roof and said he saw 2 gargoyle statues and a third place where one should be, but it's missing. We heard something moving on the other side of the room. Tracie said it sounds like it came from the garbage can next to the stairs. I went over to take a look. And before I reached there, the lid fell off the can, and a head rose up out of the can. It was Mr. Logan. Mr. Logan said it brought him into the house, and he got away from it, so he hid in the garbage can. I said, well, this must be where it lives or eats. We could wait until the sun comes up and see if it turns into stone on the roof. And before I could finish what I was saying, Mr. Logan said the missing statue on the rooftop had been gone for years. I said, really? It can turn into a statue anywhere. It looks like we will have to find a way to catch it tonight. Mr. Logan said, I'm out of here. Let me know when you catch that thing. Tracie screamed. It snuck up on us and grabbed Tracie and took her into one of the back rooms. Chris and I looked at each other and we were like, we need a weapon now. I was ready to run after her. Then I saw her running from room to room and it was chasing her. I yelled to Tracie, run this way. I was ready to fight it. And just as I said that, Tracie came running out of one of the rooms, but I didn't see the gargoyle. She's shaking and scared. She said one of the lights in the back room works, and she was able to turn on one, and the gargoyle screamed and flew out the window. I asked Chris to go get the GDA net gun. It should be strong enough to hold it. I use it to shoot it out the air, but I only have one chance. If I miss it, I will need enough time to load it again. I looked at Tracie, and she said, I know. I'll go get the bait. I looked around for some good places to hide. With the bait Tracie brings back, I figured we could use it to draw it out in the center of the room. Chris made it back with the gun. Chris said we only have 2 net cartridges. Chris hands me the gun. Then Tracie came in with a horse as bait. We heard something upstairs. I said, let's hide. Tracie ducked down behind one recliner, and Chris hid behind another one. I climbed into the garbage can. We heard more noises coming from upstairs. We waited patiently. It appeared at the top of the stairs. Then it flew down from the top of the stairs, hovering over the horse. Okay, this is my chance. Let me catch him before he gets the horse.
I sprung into action and pulled the trigger.
I missed. I thought for sure it was coming straight for me. But the gun startled the horse, and it started running around the room, causing the gargoyle to go after it. That gave me a few seconds to load the gun again. I aimed and fired. I got it this time. It's now lying on the floor, tied up in the net, screaming. Oh no, it escaped from the net. It came towards us. I quickly opened the window, and the light from the sun flooded the room. The gargoyle turned into stone and fell to the ground. Woo! That was a close one. We finally caught it. Tracie called Mr. Logan to let him know that we had captured the gargoyle. I called the removal team. Chris went outside and posted a Gray District Agency sign, warning people that this is a Gray District. How about you? Do you know of a Gray District? Leave it in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.
StoryTime Flix, created by Stanley.